Hello, my name is Alan Winkler. My group will be talking to you today about rehearsing and memorizing study materials. It is important for us all in college to reduce bad study habits such as last-minute cramming for exams or spending too much time concentrating on a single subject. With eliminating the bad methods, we will create new and beneficial study habits. Having good study habits is vital because they are important to educational success. It will also be a good tool to have when going through life and in your careers, whether it be a cop, a cowboy, or perhaps a nurse. Without proper study techniques, it will make it hard for you to accomplish your educational goals, such as graduating. And we all want to graduate. There it is. Lastly, being well prepared and having properly studied will reduce your stress level when it comes to exam time. As exams are already stressful enough, anything that would help ease the stress, I'm game for. All of this together will help us become more effective learners. The purpose of the article that my group chose was to educate individuals that the study skills they currently have may be hindering their educational success. The article goes into detail about how useful study skills and the ideas behind how they are effective. Some of the main illustrated points of the article would be to space out study sessions. As in, don't cram a month's worth of studying into a day before the exam. Space out the study times with adequate breaks in between, maybe a few days or perhaps a week. The more time you take in between sessions, the better, as long as it's within the academic semester. Doing this will give your brain time to slightly forget the material, but when going over it again will jog your memory and help the information be retained in long-term memory. This method is called forgetting and retrieval. Having the information in your long-term memory will become more important as we move closer to graduation and we all are learning more knowledge associated with our career fields, especially medical things. If you're doing a surgery, you don't want to forget something that you crammed the day before the exam. That's something that would need to be in your long-term memory. Another main point of the article was to interweave subjects. With remembering the idea of forgetting and retrieval, as I just talked about, when mixing up subjects, you will focus on one, take a break from it to learn another, so maybe history to math or anything. Eventually going back and having the recollection of, oh yeah, I remember that, once you go back to another subject, which in turn is again beneficial to storing that knowledge in your brain for good. The problem with this method, however, is that it can seem unorganized and messy. It's not the way we all are used to learning. It'd be more over here and then back over here and then back over here. So a lot of people probably aren't very good with that. The third one that they talked about in the article was to test yourself. And I know everyone is turned off by the word test, especially college students. However, having mini tests or quizzes after lectures and studying times will help improve your ability to recall the information. Everyone can read a chapter, but when you're forced to actually recall the information that you just read, say for a test or a quiz, that's when you actually learn. So if you would take a mini test or a quiz after a lecture or an exam, then that's when you'd be learning. So really, having these mini quizzes after classes wouldn't be such a bad idea. So you may be asking, how am I able to do this? Well, putting in the extra work to implement even just one of the techniques would go a long way. Changing out bad study habits for good ones will have a profound effect on your future. You can use this information to take a look at what has and hasn't worked for you so far. Maybe look individually at the classes you've had and the ones you failed or the ones you passed and see what did not work for me in the ones I failed and what did work for me in the ones that I passed. It'd go a lot further in helping you graduate. Maybe consider testing yourself. I think that's one that I would do. And as the article states, recalling information helps strengthen your long-term learning. So this concludes part one of our group presentation. Please continue on to part 2, where my partner will demonstrate the ideas of rehearsing and memorizing study materials that I just talked about. Thank you.